Hi, writers. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, and on Tuesday, we use our research to write a paragraph. Yesterday, I did some research on the moon by watching a video. As I watched, I filled out a graphic organizer to help me plan my writing. Today, I'm going to use my graphic organizer to help me write my paragraph. Before we begin, let's review our paragraph structure. We always start with the topic sentence. The topic sentence introduces the topic. Then we have details. I usually write 3 details in my paragraph. I can turn those details into twin sentences. Finally, our paragraph ends with the closing sentence. Step 1. We're going to write the question on the top of your page. What was my question again? Oh, that's right. What makes the moon fascinating? Let me add that to the top of my page. What makes the moon fascinating? Step 2. Take one finger and indent on the first line starting at the red margin. If you're not using pen and paper and you're on a computer or an iPad, look at your keyboard and find the tab button. It's the first button on the 3rd row. If you press that button one time, it'll indent for you. Step 3. Think of your topic sentence. Remember, use the words from the question to write your topic sentence. Let's look at our question again. I'm going to talk about what makes the moon fascinating, and I'm going to give you lots of reasons. So maybe my topic sentence could be, there are many reasons the moon is fascinating. I have to remember to indent before I write it. There are many reasons the moon is fascinating. I'm done with my topic sentence. Now I can pick any fact from my graphic organizer. Let's start with the moon is never still and how it takes 28 days to go around the earth. What could I write about that? Oh, I know, maybe I'll say one reason the moon is fascinating is because it never stays still. It takes 28 days to go completely around the earth. Did you notice how I wrote a twin sentence about what makes the moon fascinating? Let's see how it would look in my writing. One reason the moon is fascinating is because it never stays still. It takes 28 days to go completely around the earth. I'm done with my first fact. I can put a check on it. Let me move on to my next fact. I'm going to talk about the 4 phases. Now, I don't really remember exactly what the 4 phases are. How can I turn that into a twin sentence? Oh, I know. Maybe I can write, another reason the moon is fascinating is because it has 4 phases. That's why the moon sometimes looks different when you look up. Here's how it looks in my writing. Another reason the moon is fascinating is because it has 4 phases. That's why the moon sometimes looks different when you look up. Now I'm done with my second fact. Let's move on to my final fact. Rocket takes 3 days. What did I mean by that? Oh, that was the part when the video was telling me that a rocket ship would take 3 days to get to the moon. I can write a third reason it's not easy to get to the moon is because it takes 3 days to get there. Let's see how it would look in my writing. A third reason the moon is fascinating is because it's not easy to visit the moon. It takes a rocket ship 3 days to reach the moon. Oh, I'm finally done with my 3 facts. Now I just have to do my closing sentence. What do I write for my closing sentence? I remember my topic sentence and my closing sentence should sound similar. So my topic sentence said, there are many reasons the moon is fascinating. Maybe I can write, clearly, there are plenty of reasons why the moon is fascinating. Clearly, the moon is fascinating for plenty of reasons. That sounds similar to my topic sentence. Well, writers, our paragraph is finally done. Before you start to write your own paragraph, here are some tips for you. Make sure that you have all the parts of your paragraph before you say you're done. Using that image of a hamburger is really helpful. Tip number 2, make sure your paragraph sounds like you wrote it. So if you write a fact like, it takes 385,000 kilometers to get to the moon, I don't know if that really sounds like you wrote it. Make sure there's facts in there that you can explain. Tip number 3, use words in your paragraph like one reason, another reason, a final reason. That'll make your paragraph sound smooth. Now it's your turn. Remember yesterday you filled out a graphic organizer about why can't we live on the moon? Well, today you're going to use that graphic organizer to write your paragraph. Why can't we live on the moon? Step 1. Use your graphic organizer from yesterday to write your paragraph today. If you don't have a picture of it saved, don't worry. You can just go into yesterday's writing assignment and pull it up. Step 2. Use a hamburger to write your paragraph. You can show your work two ways. Either you can complete it in a notebook and send it to your teacher, or you can open the Google document that looks like the one below and write it in the text box. Don't forget, if you're typing it into the computer, make sure you use the tab button to indent. I can't wait to see your work.